Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on whether or not I think Alejandro was actually bitten by a zombie or walker. What's going on with that? We're going to do today's Q&A focused on fear. Awesome, so I wanted to do this one. This was a question from Stephen B. Smith almost right away in the review video. And he said, Trev, do you think the pharmacist really got bitten and didn't turn, or is it BS like Nick said? If it's true, he could be the secret to the cure. So here's kind of my take on it. We do get to see it, and you get to see the open gash in that from it, and kind of a piece of his flesh missing there. So what do I think about it? I kind of think like this. As I've always said with The Walking Dead, and I think fear is the same, I don't think Kirkman ever kind of wants to kind of get into that sort of territory where they get into kind of cure ideas and stuff like this, and immunity to zombies attacking people or people being able to be bitten and survive, this kind of deal. Plus, I don't think it's that much of a big deal anyway, even if someone was able to survive one bite or was able to. I mean, it's a big deal for the characters in the world, but if you think of it, most of the time characters get smoked by zombies. They get devoured a lot of the time. Like if they run into a group of zombies, and they get bitten, I mean, even if they don't turn themselves, they could get infections. There could be a few zombies. Usually if one is going to bite them, it's usually a few. There's rare cases like Tyrese in The Walking Dead where he just gets bitten once. Actually, that's true that he didn't even get bitten just once. It was that, and then after too, there was the other one that he fights off as well. And so, because he's having the hallucinations and that kind of stuff. So even in that case, I suppose it was more than once. But basically what I'm saying is I don't think The Walking Dead wants to go down that direction from what I've heard in interviews over the past 6 years of reviewing the first series for Walking Dead. It's always seemed like to me he never wants to get into that. So I'm guessing it's more like a Eugene thing. I'm guessing he's lying about it, and he's using it. He's saying that that's what happened, and he's using that to say, or to kind of keep hope alive and lead his people. But I do believe he's lying. I do think it's just simply a lie, and that he probably was not bitten by a zombie right there. Because also you got to think that's like right near your neck and everything too. I mean, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I personally I think he's full of shit. Basically, I think he's not telling the truth. This is my take on it. I don't think that he's got some kind of cure or something like that. If it was something that big in the series, I don't think they would reveal it to us in this kind of way, where it's just like just a random kind of episode, which wasn't even really, episode 9 was not really a standout episode for Fear, even compared to the other episodes Fear has had. And then, of course, we got the regular Walking Dead on top of that, which just adds more, stuff that is out there. So I think if they were going to do that, it would be like a big season finale or something if the characters were to ever find some kind of cure or something like that. And I don't think we'll ever see that. Also, I think it would mainly be used in the original Walking Dead series if they were going to do that. I don't think they would show it to us in Fear. I don't think that's how it would go. I think it would be a big thing. It'd be like a story arc, and it'd be something huge in the original Walking Dead if they were going to do the cure idea. So I'm mainly thinking he's kind of full of it based on everything I just said, but the build up and everything, and how it's just in some kind of random episode without any kind of allure or anything to it. It's just like a conversation, and you can see it's like, oh yeah, he's bitten, this kind of thing. It's like, and Nick is told he's bitten. It's like, really, that's how you're going to show it to us? So I don't think so. I think it's just simple. That's his gimmick. That's his thing he uses to try to convince people to keep hope alive and to go forward and to be their kind of leader too, right? Somebody to worship, somebody to look up to. I think that's what it is. But I think I think it's a lie. Pretty simple, as far as I can see. You guys can write your comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think maybe if you disagree with me. You think he does have some kind of cure for for zombie bites or something. Let me know. I don't think so. Next one's from TDIANALIVESON. I probably butchered your name, but that's what it sounds like to me. I enjoy Fear, and I found out the formula for Fear, Trev. The show starts off with a slow couple episodes, and then toward the last bunch of episodes, it ends with a bang. But with Walking Dead, it's different. Starts off with a bang, but trickles out toward the middle, and then in the end, ends up each season with a bang. Have you noticed, Trev? So yeah, I agree with you for the most part. Now it doesn't always fit that formula. Every season is different. You have seasons of The Walking Dead where they have some big episodes closer to the beginning, or sometimes like No Way Out, for example, was the biggest episode ever, and that was like a mid-season premiere. And then we've had other mid-season premieres like the Tyrese one, which I felt like was pretty bleak and kind of a downer, quite a downer episode, the Tyrese's episode where he gets killed. So, I think The Walking Dead mixes it up quite a bit, and it doesn't always follow one standard formula, like verbatim, every time. That it doesn't do that. It does have some variety. It does mix and have some different story arcs, and they end at different parts. They don't always end at every season finale, and then every mid-season finale is like some kind of like miniature thing. No, sometimes you'll have a Too Far Gone at the mid-season finale, which is like a big finale. So it doesn't always fit perfectly to some kind of formula. But I hear what you're saying with Fear, and I agree with you that it's kind of a slow burner. And season 1 was like that too. It starts off, at least with the first season, 6 episodes. The premiere was okay. It starts off a little bit slow. There was some excitement and build-up around the premiere because people were excited to see another Walking Dead series and to see what it was going to be. But after a few episodes in, especially episodes like 4 and 5, 3 a little bit too, but 4 and 5 for sure. 3 wasn't that bad. 4 and 5 though, the first season of Fear were pretty slow, and then the finale was huge. It was a really amazing finale, I felt like, and it was something of Walking Dead level. It's like, okay, we're watching Walking Dead, even if it's different characters and everything, it's still Walking Dead. The first season's finale for me set that in to me. It's like, okay, yeah, you got to understand, Trev, this is kind of the way it is with Fear. There's going to be some slower episodes that are almost like a drama series episodes, and then you're going to have some awesome ones like this one. So, that's how it is. This half a season is kind of been similar to that. So, you haven't had anything crazy happening, but we just had all kinds of crazy stuff in the first half of season 2, and a lot of that felt climactic to me. You had some awesome episodes in the first half with the Abigail and everything, and the pirates, so to speak, and them kind of getting captured and then getting away, and some gunfighting and stuff. So you had some really cool stuff there. And the mid-season finale I thought was pretty awesome for Fear. So, but I think with Fear you have to go in with the expectation that the way the show is a little bit different in The Walking Dead, that it does have some episodes that are a little bit more dry than I feel like Walking Dead. Now, this is me. I've seen comments where people say they like Fear more than The Walking Dead. I've seen comments where they say, these episodes are awesome. People loved episode 9. I thought it was the best episode they've seen. So everybody's different. For me, anyway, the way I see it and the way I've felt about it watching it through, I agree with you, and I think you're right. It does have some kind of build, but then it has some really amazing stuff that I'm really glad to see, and that's why I bought season 1, for Fear instead of something else, or have not got it at all. I did want to have it, and because it's got some slow parts in the middle that are drama-based, but then it has some great stuff too. So, and I think you've got it. That's right. We just have to expect with Fear that there's going to be some slower episodes, and there's going to be some character drama, and sometimes the build-up, it won't feel as comic booky, and some of it may be a phantom for us as well. What I mean by that is, like, with The Walking Dead, we're seeing parts from the comic book series adapted into the show. So fans of the comic books are already excited to see those things adapted into the show. So even if you have a slower episode like them, they can throw in a speech from Rick where he says, "We are the Walking Dead," and all of a sudden people love the episode because they got to see this speech that they're waiting to see from the Walking Dead comic book series for a while in the TV series, and it adds to the episode, and then people are like, "Oh, this was a great episode. It wasn't a bad episode." So you guys understand what I'm saying. So it's a different animal with Fear. There's no comic book series to base on, so some of the slower episodes, we aren't seeing those comic book elements brought in, and episodes like Abraham and Eugene when they first kind of came in that, and it was a season 4, season 5, where you had the episode where they're just, kind of surviving and that kind of deal. There's some slower episodes of Walking Dead, too. You can't act like every episode of Walking Dead is crazy, all kinds of stuff happening all the time. No, it's got some big ones, but it's got a few slower ones, too. Fears, for me, tend to be, a little bit slower than some of the slower ones. But if you look at season 2, there's some episodes there from Walking Dead that are similar with the farm and, like, no zombies, and they just, like, live on the farm. So, Walking Dead's not perfect either, right? So, there's some slower episodes here and there of both. And I think Fear has got some really awesome, big episodes here and there that make it worthwhile as a Walking Dead fan. For me, anyway. Everyone's different. Everyone's entitled to their own, viewpoint. David Farley says, Q&A, Trev, I asked this in a previous video, who do you think will be the first person of the family to die? Or who will die first out of everybody that we've got right now from the family? So he counts Madison, Travis, Nick, Alicia, and he didn't include Chris, who I blended family. I include him because he's Chris's son, right? Even though, of course, his mom's dead now. So out of everybody from the family, not counting Ophelia or some of these other characters that we have here, Strand and that, I almost want to say Chris because I think he's going down like maybe a villain route, and I think they want us not to like Chris on purpose. You know, a lot of people hate Chris. I do too. I don't like him at all, really. I don't think we're supposed to like Chris. So I think maybe Chris could be a death, maybe at the end of this season or next season. We'll see. I would be shocked if they killed Nick, to be honest with you. I'd be shocked if they killed Travis. Well, you know, maybe not so shocked if they killed Travis at this point. Madison, Alicia. I can't see them killing Nick. I can't see them killing Alicia right now. You know, so I could see one out of Travis and Madison being killed off. And I think, well, if you had to go with one, maybe it'd be Travis, you know, because we don't really have a Madison counterpart in The Walking Dead. She's pretty unique in who she is in the series. I can't think of a character. Some people would say Michonne. Madison's not really like Michonne. If you think about it, like, Michonne is quite a bit different from Madison. Quite a bit. You know, with a sword and everything and getting in there in the action. Madison, maybe she'll get to that eventually, but right now, and also Michonne, a lot of times earlier on in the series, she's pretty closed off to people, whereas Madison's like about family, and all she thinks about is family and being a mother and that kind of deal. So she's kind of pretty unique in the show, whereas you could view Travis as kind of a little bit like Rick, being a little bit similar to Rick, just maybe not as cool. No offense to Cliff Curtis, not his fault. Just, you know, Rick's got the comic book stuff, and he's got the hat and the gun and the horse and you know, the sheriff thing. It's cooler than a high school teacher. Let's just put it that. It's cooler than being a high school. Nothing wrong with being a high school teacher. I know there's some high school teachers that subscribe. Not what I'm saying, dudes. But you got to admit, being a sheriff and horseback and riding into Atlanta, it's pretty cool. So we'll end today's Q&A at that. I've got some more questions, though, added here. So we'll do another one this week. I may include them with The Walking Dead. But some people want to see Fear Q&A separate. So we'll see. I'll try to mix it in, guys. We'll see how it goes. I'll feel it out, and I'll let you know. But I'll definitely get to your other Fear the Walking Dead questions. Add them to this video, too. Write them in the comments. I'll go through this video, and I'll grab some questions for the Q&A this week so we can do at least another one for Fear, or predominantly Fear if we include regular Walking Dead questions as well, too. And that'll be it for this video. Today, guys, I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to thumb it up below. Please share. Please favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left, be sure to subscribe. That's it for this one. See you guys again tomorrow. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.